Welcome to For Time with Myriad with your hosts Anna
and Marta.
Yes. Well, welcome everybody to our little fireside chat moment. We're going to be talking about getting outside this week, and specifically hiking.
Yes, my favorite activity. I love hiking so much.
Yeah,
it's like the thing that I do the most, I think, outside of the gym for physical activity, truly.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about like why you love hiking and how you balance it with what you do here.
Great question. There's so many things I love about hiking. One, it's just really nice. Like, I live and I work in a downtown space, and for me, that sometimes can feel really overwhelming and really crowded. And I also would consider myself an introvert. So being around people all day long, while I love being with people and interacting with people, sometimes it can feel like a lot. So I really enjoy hiking as an opportunity to get out of the city and kind of clear my mind a little bit. And generally speaking, you know, depending on where you go, you can get away from all of the like hustle and the bustle and all of the people. I usually am hiking with my husband, Nick, and it's also just a nice opportunity to connect with him. And
totally.
Sometimes it's a lot of talking. Sometimes it's just enjoying being outside. It's also a way for me to feel active without feeling like it's work. You know, like sometimes coming to the gym, I love coming to the gym. I really enjoy working out, but also sometimes you have that moment before you get into a fitness class and you're like, this is going to be hard. This is going to be hard today, and I really have to amp myself up for it. I never feel that way about hiking.
Yeah, it's like more for fun.
Yeah, but it can be really challenging.
Yeah. With that, how do you balance it with the gym? So is it something that you do only on certain days of the week? Is it something you plan rest days around? Like, how does it look with your fitness in the gym?
It's definitely something that I just do in conjunction with it. So I will say it's not really hiking, but we typically like to take a walk every evening. Our goal was to do it every evening, even in the winter, which didn't quite happen. Sometimes the darkness got the best of me, but that's really nice because for me, like, just to walk around, we live near Garfield Park, and like walking through Garfield Park or something works really well as, you know, some active rest or a cool down. I often find that if I've done a workout where I'm worried about being really sore in my quads or something, or I've done like a ton of squats, like that walk later in the evening really helps my recovery process a little bit too. But when I'm going on big long hikes, I usually just reserve those for the weekends. My personal balance for life is I'm a workout during the weekdays kind of girl, and then I like to keep my weekends for other activities. So we'll usually go out on the weekends and spend sometimes several hours going hiking. And I don't tend to feel that it is impacted by what I've done through the week.
Yeah. I love that so much. And I think that that's such a nice balance between, doing things in the gym, but also doing things that are just like getting outside. And I think sometimes people in the fitness industry get so bogged down with like being a gym rat, and I think like one thing I like to remind myself of is like the point of the gym for me in part is being able to do things outside of the gym. And I think that's such a perfect representation of like I do my gym stuff during the week, and then I'm able to go and get outside and do hikes and be in nature on the weekends, like because of the stuff that I'm doing at the gym. I really love that.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's actually one way that I think about working out for me is like building the endurance and the strength to continue to be able to hike. I hope that I can hike when I'm like 90 years old.
Yeah.
Because I have a long list of hikes
that I want to check off.
Yeah. And I feel like time is slipping away, so I might be doing these hikes until I'm 90. But I also find that the more hiking that I do, like the harder and the more challenging a lot of those hikes get for me. So I try to think about that when I'm doing like box step-ups in the gym or like weighted box step-ups. I'm like, this is me hiking right now. Like I'm going up the mountain with my pack, and it really does go a long way to help with the endurance and the strength to be able to do challenging hikes as well. We're actually planning a trip to the Grand Canyon in the fall.
Yes.
I know I'm So excited. And we've been before, but this time we're going to hike all the way to the bottom and all the way back out.
Yeah.
So you have to bring all your stuff
Rim
with
to
you.
rim.
Not rim to rim, actually.
Just kidding, not
South
rim to rim.
back up to south rim. That's okay. 2 different trails.
One rim to a same rim.
Yeah, making in a V.
Got it. Cool.
But we'll stay the night down there. So you do have to bring all your stuff on your back. And then the elevation changes quite steep.
Yeah.
So I'm actively thinking about that
Yeah.
when I'm training in the gym a lot of times. And I will sometimes make decisions about how I adjust a workout for the day based on knowing that that is a goal of mine. I want to be able to hike that and hike it really well.
Yeah.
And I want to feel really good when I hike it. So I can think about that when I decide how to modify a workout.
Yeah, I love that. I know a lot of people who have goals of hikes, and I think it does feel like potentially something that's like disconnected from the gym, but like you totally can train for it.
Oh, yeah.
In here, and whether that's doing more box step-ups or throwing in lateral movement or ankle stability things, there's a lot that you can do in the gym to support hiking. One question I have, we don't do a ton, we do a lot of like what you mentioned, like the walks. We live right on the Monon Trail, so we spend a lot of time out there, but it's very concrete heavy. The trail, literally concrete. What are some of your favorite places near the city that, are close but get you feeling like you're not back in the concrete jungle?
Yeah. So I love that because I think it's really funny when you ask people, like, where do you like to hike? You get such a different amount of answers based on people's interpretation of hiking.
Yeah, what is hiking to you?
I'm like, the Monon Trail is the walk.
I'm an urban hiker.
There you go. It's an urban hike. So Eagle Creek is, like, the easiest, most obvious place.
Yeah.
Like, you really do feel like you're outside of the city, and it's not a long drive for a lot of people, though it can get really crowded at Eagle Creek, I will say. If you want to not go too far outside of the city, there's a place that we like to go to called Southwest Way.
Okay.
So it's southwest of the city, as
Got
you might imagine.
Named well.
Yes, it's a little more secluded. The drive for us from the south side is only about 20 minutes. So depending on where you're in the city, maybe a little further. But they have quite a lot of trails there. It's not like a park in the way that Eagle Creek is, but there's plenty of trails to follow. It goes along the White River. It's pretty nice there. I know a lot of people like Fort Bend. I'm less partial to that one, but I think it's just because
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, I just don't go that way. You know,
yeah.
I don't think there's any reason why. If you want to drive a little bit further, like something you could do in a day, but maybe you want to spend a couple of hours there. We are big fans of Turkey Run, but also right next to that Shade State Park.
Okay.
Also known as Shades of Death State Park.
Oh, spooky.
I know, it's spooky.
Don't
There's
stay at
spooky
night,
tales
maybe?
about it. No, I camp there all the time.
Okay, well.
There's a lot of raccoons.
You're brave.
There's lots of raccoons, and they steal your bread.
Are they little death monsters? I love it. That's what I presume.
They're very sneaky. I don't know what their deal is, but Shades is great because Turkey Run's very popular. It's a very cool park. Shades is a little less popular.
Ooh, so
less
it's like the
people
secret.
there. Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like Indianapolis. You know, you're not getting a lot of hills in Indianapolis. Even at Eagle Creek, like the hills, it's pretty like
Small
it's
grade.
pretty steady, which is great if that's what you want. Maybe your legs are sore and you don't want like a lot of hiking. You're gonna get a little more elevation change at Shades, but not a lot of stairs, which I hate.
Hate the stairs.
Well, it doesn't feel like a hike.
Yeah, then it just feels like you're on a Stairmaster outside.
Yeah, but those are two really good ones. Yeah. If you want to drive even just a little bit further and you want to go into another state, the Red River Gorge Natural Bridge area is about 4 hours away. And you could do that and come back in one day or stay the night. And there's lots of hiking there that's going to be a little more intense. So those are kind of like my levels of like,
I love those.
you know, Eagle Creek or Southwest Way, then maybe Turkey Run Shades, and then maybe, you know, Red River Gorge.
I like all those ideas, and I think that that's a great way of introducing people to it. I think some people don't know that they would like more outside time until they start spending more time outside and I mean like in outside and away from this hustle and bustle of the city until you do it. So I like that there's some like little tastes of it, and if you love it and you want more of it, there's ways to go bigger and get even more diversity in like the landscape. So
yeah, and you can feel really adventurous, you know.
Yes, I love all those tips. Thank you so much for your hiking wisdom.
Yeah,
and maybe we'll see you on the trails.
I hope so.
Yay. Bye, team.
Bye.